Hi, I'm Brooklyn, and I am a 5th grader at St. Joseph Catholic School, and you are listening to EagleCast. In this episode, we will be asking questions to get to know a member of our community a little better. She is so sweet, she shows us how to act at school, and she is the leader of our school. Can you guess who it is? Our guest is Miss Mishler. Now, Miss Mishler, here are some questions for you to answer.
All right, let's hear it.
What inspired you to become a principal?
Oh, that's a great question. So I will start by saying when I first became a teacher, I taught 8th grade English. And I taught that for several years and got the chance to work with some really amazing teachers. And that gave me an inspiration to want to grow and learn and help as many teachers and students as I could. So I knew when I was a classroom teacher that I had the students in my class that I could help, but if I became an instructional coach or an assistant principal or a principal, that I could help take care of lots of classrooms all at the same time. So that was my main inspiration for becoming a principal.
That's really interesting. What school was it at?
So when I very first started teaching, I actually got to go back and teach at the middle school that I went to when I was in middle school.
Wow.
It was awesome. So there were a lot of teachers that I had when I was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade that were now my coworkers. And that was such a gift because so many of them kind of helped me my first year of teaching, taught me all of the tricks of the trade, and helped me understand how to write lesson plans and grade papers and all that. So that was a really big blessing for me. And then our family moved down here to Bryan College Station, and I worked at a public school in Bryan, and then eventually got my master's, and that's when I made the jump to administration in College Station.
Dang. Okay, next question is, tell us 1 or 2 interesting facts about yourself that no one knows about you.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I will say one of the things that some people know about me, but maybe not too many people know, is that when I first came to college, I got to come to Texas A&M, and was an aerospace engineering major. So I really wanted to be an astronaut. When I was in 5th grade, I got to go to space camp, and I was hooked. I wanted to be in outer space and land on the moon and fly rockets. So I did a lot of work when I was in high school to make sure that I was prepared for that in college. When I came to A&M, though, I also got the chance to play basketball for the women's basketball team at A&M. So I was taking a lot of really serious engineering and calculus courses and playing basketball. So lots of early morning practices and weightlifting and traveling. And it was a really, really awesome time. The challenge was there wasn't quite enough time for me to do all of those things at a really high level, so I ended up changing my major to English, which is what I ended up graduating with. And then unfortunately, not too long after that, I ended up getting injured, and so I couldn't play basketball anymore, but I still love the game. And when I became a teacher, I was able to coach basketball. So it was definitely a chance for me to still stay connected to the sport. So I would say wanting to be an astronaut and playing collegiate basketball are probably some things that might be new for some people listening.
Yeah, I would have never guessed that, though, even if I had a guess. Probably taking me my 100th guess.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. What's the most challenging part of being a principal?
I think one of the things that is challenging is making sure that every single person has everything they need to be successful. And the challenge in that is every one of us are completely different. And each one of us comes to school every day with a little bit of a different kind of way that maybe we even started the day, or what is on the schedule for the day, or maybe even how well we slept the night before. All of those things kind of affect what we need each and every day. But the thing that I love about that is knowing every single student and teacher and parent in an intimate way that lets me kind of know, even when they get out of the car in the morning, that maybe they just need an extra hug or a high five or just a word of encouragement. So while it's challenging, it is also very rewarding because I get to know so many of our kids and our teachers so well.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you really like being a principal.
I love it.
Okay. If you could rate being a principal on a scale of 1 to 10, what would it be and why?
Do I only get to go to 10? I would say like 100. I love my job. I love hanging out with kids, and I love hanging out with teachers. Probably one of my most favorite things is getting to see brain sparkles. And for those of you who aren't watching but you're listening, that's when you take your hands next to your head and you twinkle them around because your brain is doing really good learning. That's my favorite thing. It's those light bulb moments that happen in the classroom.
You broke the scale definitely by a lot. Okay. What advice would you give to students who also want to be leaders someday?
Very, very good question. I think the thing that is most important, especially starting out as a young adult, is to know who you are. Know what your gifts are, what your brilliances are, and the things that you're really strong at, because then you'll be able to see how you can make an impact in those areas. And once you're able to identify those things, you can find the right organization or position to get plugged into that will really help you to thrive.
Wow, that's words of wisdom there. All right, now we're gonna play a little game. This game is called Quickfire. Here are the rules. You can only answer the questions in one word or one sentence. Are you ready?
I don't know. I like words, but I will try. I'll give it my best effort.
All right. If you could describe our school with one adjective, what would you choose?
Virtuous.
Why?
But do I only get one more word, or can I answer that one?
You can answer that one.
I would say one of the things that I love most about our school is that we strive to be holy. Not only in this place are we really pushing the bar for academics and making sure that we learn all of the math and science and English and history and all that, but that we really want each other to get closer to Jesus and to all get to hang out in heaven one day. And that is something that makes this place so completely special and sets us apart.
I agree with that. I also agree with competitive.
That is a great word.
If you've seen the kickball tournament that we did, it was very competitive.
That's awesome. That is a good attribute to have, because that means you're always pushing for excellence and wanting to be the very best that you can possibly be, which is also another wonderful attribute.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to do outside of school?
I have not had time to do it much lately, but my favorite thing to do is probably to paint. I really like to do watercolor painting.
Wow.
It's very forgiving, so if you mess up, it's easy to fix it. I would say watercolor.
You and Miss Shirley could probably paint something together.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your favorite Chick-fil-A order? Or what's your Chick-fil-A order?
A Chick-fil-A order is a number 1, no pickles, add pepper jack cheese, fries with Chick-fil-A sauce, a medium Dr. Pepper, light ice.
I love Dr. Pepper. It tastes like heaven.
Amen, sister.
What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal? An eagle, of course.
Oh, well, true that. True. All right. Tell us a good knock-knock joke.
Okay.
Or a joke.
Here, I have a really good joke. Are you ready?
Yes.
What did the sushi say to the bee?
Sushi?
What's up, bee?
Oh my god.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for your time. We really enjoyed getting to know you better. Hope you enjoyed listening to this episode of EagleCast. See you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.